Just just had a very good breakfast in the hotel, and now I'm setting off from Viareggio to visit mountains near Camaiore. I feel fresh, but I still need to recover slightly after flight because a long trip is waiting in a couple of days. So it's a good training camp here. A little bit of mountains, a little bit of sea. We'll see what happens. The weather is good, not too hot, not too cold. I took shorts, short-sleeved. That should be okay.
I headed out towards Camaiore, passing through the rugged hills and lush green terrain that make this area so captivating. This region has its charm, calm, picturesque, and with the sea always just a glance away.
What I always love is the beauty of the mountains. Some people don't like cycling in mountains, but I do. It's not about conquering. It's not about speedy downhill, but it's more about open space and the freedom you feel in the mountains.
The plan was simple, a relaxed morning ride enjoying the Tuscan countryside. But that plan got turned on its head when a group of Italian cyclists rolled by. These guys were easily 50 to 65 years old, yet they rode with the energy of pros. I asked if I could join them, and with a casual yes, sure from them, we were off. They kept a solid pace of 30 kilometers per hour, and I quickly realized these weren't casual riders. We hit the hills, and they kept climbing as if the terrain was flat. The gradient started at 4%, then quickly shot up to 10%. Within just 5 kilometers, my heart rate was spiking at 180 beats per minute, struggling to keep up on a stomach still full from a big breakfast. The pace shredded my legs, but I couldn't help but admire their skill and power. They climbed with precision and speed, always smiling and encouraging me along. Even while I was suffering, they remained effortlessly cheerful. Classic Italian spirit. Camaiore itself is a quiet town surrounded by mountains, but its slow pace feels geared towards a much older crowd. You could easily find yourself buried in silence here, which makes it feel somewhat heavy and dull after a while.
The beauty of an old town in Italy mountains. Although Camaiore has 32,000 inhabitants, but many of them live like up there in the mountains, it's a really small village-size town which has very little to do for the tourists, or even if you're living here. It's a stretched out village, the old in the mountains and the new here closer to the beach. Everything is made for people to get relaxed, everything convenient and made for you to have a good time.
After a punishing 48-kilometer ride with 322 meters of climbing, I was feeling it. My legs were tingling and burning slightly from the effort, but the scenery and the challenge were worth it. To loosen up, I decided to walk around Viareggio and explore more of the town.
Sometimes you have to go 4 floors up. After a ride with the Italian team, I feel a need for a drink, like this guy. But instead, I took this. Beauty. Absolute beauty in Viareggio.
I strolled along the beachfront, watched boats swaying gently in the marina, and took in the fresh, salty air. The relaxed energy of the coast was a welcome change after the intensity of the morning ride. In total, I walked about 10 kilometers, letting my legs unwind and enjoying the laid-back, sunny charm of Viareggio.
Camaiore is up there where the mountains are. A little bit white mountains. That's where Camaiore is. And that's Viareggio beach, stretching for about 10 kilometers.
It's all part of the preparation. Just 4 days left until the real ride begins.